Medicare beneficiaries with Part D prescription drug coverage may notice changes to their costs in 2026. Since the Inflation Reduction Act took effect in 2025, many Medicare Advantage and Part D plans have moved from copays to coinsurance for drugs. So let's walk through the differences. A copay is a flat amount you pay for a covered drug. Coinsurance is a percentage you pay of the total cost of a covered drug. For example, if a drug costs $100 and has a 25% coinsurance, you would pay $25 and the plan pays $75. Your plan may have a deductible on certain drugs. Copays and coinsurance will apply after the deductible is met. The tier your drug is in will determine if you have a copay or a coinsurance. Copays are often applied to drugs in tiers 1 and 2. Coinsurance is commonly found on drugs in tiers 3, 4, and 5. Let's look at an example of coinsurance. Imagine you need to fill a tier 3 drug that costs $800 and has a coinsurance of 20%. Then let's say your plan has a drug deductible of $615. Your first fill of the year would look like this. Because your drug cost is higher than the deductible amount, you'll owe the full $615. After you meet the deductible, there's $185 in drug cost remaining. 800 minus 615 is $185. Of the remaining $185, you pay 20% coinsurance, which is $37. Then your plan pays the rest. This means that you will owe $652 for your first prescription fill. Because you've already met the deductible for the year, your second fill will have a coinsurance cost of $160, and your plan will pay the remainder of $640. Drug costs may fluctuate from one day to the next and vary depending on the pharmacy, so your coinsurance amount may be slightly different with each fill. Once you reach the $2,100 maximum out-of-pocket amount in 2026, you'll pay $0 for Medicare-covered Part D prescriptions for the rest of the year. To find out if your plan has coinsurance and what you may pay, review your 2026 plan materials, visit your member site, or use the plan's app. As a United Healthcare member, you can estimate your drug cost online so you feel confident about your coverage. You can count on United Healthcare to provide you with reliable Medicare information and support every step of the way. For more information on Medicare Part D, visit uhc.com/Medicare.